Okay, so collection. I mean, you've got some fantastic cars, but some very sort of left field. And I'm looking over here, I am lusting. I mean, literally, when I walked in and I saw that, I like the Dodge. I do have a thing for American cars, but the Mexico for me is just my favourite in here by a country mile. But how do you decide your inventory?
It's quite simple, really. I think I just decide it's whatever I like. You know, if I really like it, then it's suitable for the inventory, if you like. So I don't generally bring cars into stock that I don't like, or if it hasn't got quite the right specification, if I don't think it's good for sale.
See, that is actually quite interesting, because if you were running a retail store, you'd probably go bust if you stock items that you just like. You have to stock what your customers like. So that's quite interesting. So, but I think you've probably got similar tastes by the sound.
I hope so, I think the idea is, you know, I am a petrol head at heart, and I think it's, I speak to all the customers, I know what they like and things like that, so... But
you've got a background as well, working sort of with modern, Citroen, with Porsche, with Volkswagen. I mean, what has that experience brought to this business?
Those were the foundation blocks, really, for you know, gaining experience with lots of different brands. I think I probably cut my teeth a little bit, really, at Porsche, really, I suppose, with the sports and supercar world, which was great. You
just can't get away from Porsche, man. I'm so
I know.
sorry.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, did we sort of touch on my sort of ambivalence to Porsches? We did, yes. Okay, so you are aware. I mean, Darren does like to sort of remind everybody about it. But no, I mean, I know the Carrera GT over there. You sold that originally, and now it's back here. With you now.
Well, there you go. That's a Porsche. Does that excite you at least? I mean, that is something special.
No, it is something special, and it's very nice. Look,
you're not sounding very enthusiastic about a £1.5 million car.
But the problem is, there's the 1.5 million, and then there is the sort of more run-of-the-mill stuff. And the problem is, it's how do you So the Mexico is special. Everybody's going to. People, you're not going to see hundreds of them. The Dodge, you're not going to see hundreds. You know, you're not going to turn up and there's going to be a line of Porsches.
No.
Where yours could potentially slightly disappear into the.
Has Amanda signed the purchase order for the car?
Almost, I think.
I think she's walking out.
Darren is funding my passion. I mean, it's getting slightly out of hand. This. I mean, I'm yes, it's costing me to come work. But so what's your favourite car in here? I mean, so looking around, because I mean, you've got like one end of the spectrum to the other. I mean, you've got the Cullinan. I mean, you've got sort of rally bikes, supercars.
It's really hard for me to put my finger on one particular car. I mean, obviously, it's probably the Carrera GT. That's sort of a dream car. Is that because of the connection
with you, or because?
No, just because I know a lot about them and just how special the car is. I just think it's an incredible, iconic car. You know, so it really is that special. Well, it is to me anyway. It holds a place in my heart for that car. Obviously, being there for the build of them and seeing them being built at Leipzig in Germany and things like that. So that really is a special car. But I mean, there's so many different cars that are so, you know, varied. I enjoy all of them in different ways.
So when did your original sort of love of cars, where did that start?
When I was very little, you know, literally drooling at the window at JCT Ferrari showroom and things when I was little, but also my dad. Not that he had expensive cars or anything, but he was a traffic police officer. And I used to think it was really cool because back then in the sort of 80s and things, the 90s, they had Cosworths. You know, and it was like a Cosworth police car. My dad would pop home sometimes for dinner, and if I ever saw him, I'd just be outside going, "Wow, you know, this is incredible." And of course, I always used to.
I've forgotten about that.
Yeah,
those are the days to be a policeman.
Absolutely, yeah, it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so actually we were here because I mean the site you've got here is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's lovely.
The runway out there, the police were out there sort of practicing there.
Yeah, they're doing their TPAC training today, which is cool.
That's cool.
And they no doubt come and wander in and have a look round and see what sort of cars they can't catch. You know, it's quite interesting, really.
In there, 1.8 litre, whatever it is that they've got out there.
They come in here and like the Italian police and
they have their Lambos and everything, don't they?
The police come in here and take some of these.
Indeed.
So COVID was obviously a difficult time. I mean, but you were still selling, you were still sort of working, and I mean, you use social media a lot to sort of promote what you've got.
Yeah.
Has that changed now that we've sort of opened up and people are actually...
No, I think it's still very influential. Social media is a very powerful tool. I've always worked with it. I think it's fantastic. It extends the reach. You know, a lot of people just advertise on Auto Trader, piston heads, things like that. But it costs you nothing to advertise them yourself on your own Instagram platform.
No.
So we do a lot of business from Instagram still. So yeah.
And do you find different cars work better, sort of working through social versus working through sort of more traditional?
It can do, yeah, because there are trending cars. And it depends how the algorithm's a bit odd, isn't it, at the moment with a lot of social media platforms. But, you know, like, for example, a new BMW M3 Touring is quite a trending car. And I've sold a couple of them already, but as soon as you post that at the right time, they go, phew,
Yeah.
you know, they take off. And that brings some, exposure to the business.
Have you worked it out?
No.
Or do they change it?
They just keep changing all the times. I mean, usually used to be like 6, 7 o'clock, you'd post something, but now it can be 11 o'clock. Or, you know, 2 o'clock on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Weird.
So is the market changing, do you think? Are people sort of looking for more usable cars in your experience, or
I'm not sure. I mean, I think as we're heading
car?
through the 21st century, I mean, we're seeing more and more, you know, electric cars, hybrid cars, EV markets becoming popular. And I think for very special cars like these, I think it's still going to be very good going forward. I think they'll become a bit more exclusive. I think, yes, people might have an electric car for everyday use now, but they'll want to open the garage door to something that probably kicks out loads of emissions, you know?